Hi there, so today I want to show you how to integrate GrooveBlog and GroovePages. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to be notified when I release new video about hacking or actually tweaking GroovePages to your liking, please subscribe to the channel. So let's get into it. So what we want to have a great user experience between the GrooveBlog and GroovePages. Since these two applications are a bit different, we still need to have some kind of alignment and to think about what we are trying to do before having a perfect look to our blog and our GroovePages site. Also, we want to do the things that will not impact the future improvement that GrooveBlog will give us in the future. Currently, GrooveBlog don't let us have, as February 2021, custom domain. Also, this means that you will have to select a subdomain from grooveblog.com for your blog. So when you will start, you will have not something that will be, for example, blog.urinc.com, but more something like urinc.grooveblog.com. They were waiting for actually the management, actually a global management domain name for Groove as a whole. And since the last update of mid-February for GroovePages, we saw the introduction of the new custom domain manager. So we will surely see soon the management of GrooveBlog to have our own domain on our GrooveBlogs. Also, we have limited font and theme customization for GrooveBlog. And actually this is a great thing because at some point it will be less complicated and it will be more uniform as the look of the blog. It will be less hard to make it work actually. But on the other end, the problem is that if you link, for example, your blog with blog.urinc.com with your site www.urinc.com, then you may have some different look in your site. Since actually we have more customization in GroovePage, it will be more easy to customize GroovePage to fit GrooveBlog than the other way around. As you can see here on the left, we only have a few font available for now in GrooveBlog. For sure, at the long term, it will be probably more, but this means that we need to have some adjustment in our site in order to have a great user experience when we switch between the blog and the pages. So how will we do it? We will look at the different options of GrooveBlog. Since it's a new product, I will do a small workaround with you so you have a better knowing of where you want to play with in GrooveBlog. After that, we'll try to match the navigation header between GrooveBlog and GroovePage. So we will use my main site and we will look at the logo size and font on how we can manage this, because this will be the principal thing that the user will remark when he will change from one site to the other. Finally, we will try to update the link between the page. So this is the navigation. We will look at the content of the links that we put there, so we will sure to fit both of them, the header and the footer. And finally, we will apply the header to all our page in GroovePages. We will just show you how you can make a template for that. So let's get into it. So this is GrooveBlog. So as you may have a bit work with it, it's pretty interesting the way you do it. You will have to be able to publish here the change. You can change the navigation here, the categories, the logo. So the things that we are interested in, the post, we will not work on them actually today because it's not the purpose of this training. Neither the category, but you can modify them here. The theme. Regarding the theme, actually, this is where you will manage the main look and feel of your blog. So this is where actually we will try to gather the information to match what we have in GroovePages. The main thing will be the font. So actually in my site I use Roboto, but it's not exactly the same Roboto. So this will need a tweak to match, at least for the header actually. and this will so this will a tweak that we will do. As you can see here, we have a CSS customization here that we can make. So it's at some point we want to manage the link, not the link, but the border here, that kind of stuff. We can do some kind of update to help. For example, here also we can manage the color. So I think I have here a background color with for the overlay of this one. So if I want to have more uniformity and more streamlined look and feel, what I will do actually is to do in the image overlay here, add the same color as I have with the main site. So this will help actually to ease the move between each system. So we will basically use Roboto everywhere, and we can here choose what you want to show, not show, that kind of stuff. So for myself, I don't want to show the opt-in for the home page. I can save. If I go back here to post, I don't want to show the sidebar because I don't want the opt-in. Save. And finally, category page, I will leave it that way. Save. So this is what we need to do here. Exit. After that, the next thing that we will have to go through is the navigation. So the navigation here, this is not the link that you will have when you start your blog, but the purpose here will be to make a match between the one that you have on your main site. So if on your main site you have home, about, and contact me, basically you want to add the blog here. You will not be able to put the blog everywhere actually, because if I come in GrooveBlog here, if you look here, you can, if you want to use the automatic page here naming, these pages are there in the order that are defined into the page section here, but the other page, the one that you will add, and actually you will add one external link that will be the blog and the URL for your blog. This can only be at the end. So this means that you will have a navigation that is home, for example, about us, contact me, and blog. And in the blog, actually, you will need here to come put home, about me, contact me, and blog. The purpose of this actually is to have the same navigation in between the two actually sites. So when people click on the home, actually they end up on your site, but with less conflict of understanding what's just happened because we are changing of system. So this is one thing that we will do. We will have to manage here. So actually updating link is pretty straightforward. You just click the quick menu, edit or delete. If you want to add a new link, you simply click add here, you add the link and the URL of the link. You can choose to be a top navigation or a footer navigation here. What I have done personally is to add, as I have in my main site here, I have at the footer, I have the term and policy, disclosure, etc. I have put the same thing at the bottom of the blog, referring actually the main site here. So this is done. So this is one part that will be important. So to have the same link at the top of your blog and at the bottom of your blog, so people are actually familiarized to where to look to things actually. The other thing that we want to look after the navigation will be the settings. So in the settings section, you don't need to change that. Domain will be the name that you choose. Logo setting. This is the important part. So we see here that the logo should be 125 per 31. What I have done actually is my logo was bigger on my site. So as you can see here, the logo is really bigger. So my header really doesn't fit the look and feel of this site. So I will try to work around this actually by reducing the logo size. So I have reduced the logo size to 125 by 30 and upload the image and save. So this will do something like this. If you don't modify the size of your image, it will be pixelized, it will be not great looking. So it's important to use something like paint.net or Photoshop to update the look and feel of your image, of your logo. After that, 5 icon, you can upload a 5 icon, same principle. Social link, actually, you put your social link. If you don't put a link here, actually it stays, but I think they will fix this sometime. Form, comment, copyright setting. So these are straightforward. We will come back to the copyright, the comment setting and form setting later on. So now that we have actually update our themes, we have updated the navigation, that kind of stuff. We publish our theme or blog, and so we have here the new blog updated with the new link at the top and at the bottom also. This is not working, but these will be working actually. So the next thing actually is, if I have a navigation like that and I want to have something more like that, what is important actually is to have the same height, the same font, and probably the same logo size. So if I go back actually into my website here, so you see here that I have worked around actually having a more tighter space. So right now this spacing here is with, it's only the weight, the height of my logo. But if I change the logo to have something more to look more like what we have on the blog site, I want a logo that is smaller. I do update. So you see here that my logo is smaller. So this logo look more like this one. But as you can see here, this is a more compact. So I will need to add spaces. So one thing that I do for that actually is to come into the top level in spacing, select here, and now you can add spacing. So let's say 1.25. What we will do save and click on the eye icon here to see the site and to see if it's look mostly like the same. It's look mostly like the same. So one trick that I have, if you do Control-Shift-C, this will start actually, this will let you select things actually in the page to see information. So if you click here, you see that I have 1903 by 75. So this is the size of this block here. I can come here and do the same thing for the page that was pop up. And I see that I have 93 by 69. So basically same sizing. So this will fix the look and feel for that. Then I can exit. The next thing that we want to do actually is to have the same font. So this is a bit more tricky. So to have the same font, what we need to do is to do the same trick. So Control-Shift-C. So we can come here and see that the font is 16px Roboto sans serif. So sans serif actually will be the fallback font. So if I don't have a font that look the same, this means that something else doesn't work well. So if I click on this, you will be able to add the code. I will show you the code in the comment below. But the code that you need to add will be in GroovePages. You can click here, select the navigation into custom font. You see here that you have family font, Roboto, sans serif, font size, and weight. So I copy and paste the text there. I can then save and publish this actually. So, but when I click here on the view, we see that the font here doesn't look like the same here. So this means that we are missing a font that is not the same as the one that were referenced by actually the GroovePage system. So to do that, actually, we will go again into the trick part, and we will, and this is something more advanced, but you can ask help for me if you want in the comment below. But what I have done, I have opened the debugger view, and you see here that we have a font Roboto. So this line here is actually the line that is missing, so we can copy element. This is the line that is missing to make the font work. So we copy that element and we come back into our page in the setting of the page, and this is something that will go into the include in tracking, GA, everything like that. So I come here at the end and I paste this font there. I click save, and now I don't see it here, but if I come here, you see that the font look the same. So now if I publish, I will remove that. And I will keep that. So if I publish here the page, okay, it's published. If I come back to the site and I refresh, you see that I have my new logo, I have the font, and when I click on blog, I end up on the blog, and you see that my eye actually will stay here because I click here. So I click home, I come back home, and this make the look and feel of the site less actually disturbing for the user at the user view. So the switch between the two actually is a lot more happy or easy to read actually. Now the thing that I like less a bit is I think the logo move a bit. So, and this is something that I had a bit difficulty to work with. So what I will do for myself is to put actually there the bigger logo. So since this text is the same, I can still put a bigger logo. It will not be that of a clash. So I will show you, and I think it's okay, but you can do what you want actually on your side for sure. But I think for me, for this website, it will be the bigger logo. So you see 254 by 81. I do select, and I will do update. I will do publish, and I will need there to manage more of the spacing, because since the logo is bigger, we will see a difference between, if I refresh, you see that the text is not aligned anymore. So I see the difference. If I come back with my Shift C option, you see that the height is 121 instead of 75, because if I come here, I see I have 75. Okay, so this means that I will need to actually reduce the padding on the logo, and actually not on the logo by itself, but more on the 125. So I will reduce these two like that, and I will do save. Instead of publishing, just to see the size, what I will do is to come here, Shift C, so 81, 75, mostly good. Actually, my logo here has some padding on the top and the bottom, so it's probably that's why I cannot get to 75. So I will try to rework this logo here to remove the spacing that I have above and below, and it will then have a same spacing here and then on the blog. So if I publish again and I go in the website, click home, refresh, So now if I click blog, you see the look stays, and the logo is bigger, but it's not too much of something that is disturbing for the user to see, actually, since this part here is more in tune with the blog, actually. Okay, so this was for the logo and the size. For the fix of the font of the CSS, the link between the app also, so we have to rework actually and redo the linking that we have on the top and the bottom of our blog to match. And now for sure, since we modified this, if I come back in about, as you can see here, I have the blog, but the look of the header is nothing compare actually to what it is the new blog. So in order to fix this, what we need to do actually is to save the header as a favorite, like that. And this is a new feature, so you can name your category, or you can add it to a category that is pre-existing right now. So I have a category sites. I will add it to site. And save. And then now I will have the opportunity to go into block and into site, which is at the end. You will have the new navigation here. So if I come to about, I can come to block, add the navigation, and remove this one. So now it's possible that since I add the style here and I put the style on the page, I think this style will not work. Actually, this font here will not work. So if I do save and I open the new page, you see that this font does not work. So in order to make it work correctly, I will need to go to Home and actually take the link from that I put here and put it at the level of the sites. So this is something that I often talk about, that you can place customization or reference actually at the site level or at the page level. So this is the page level. If I come here, remove, I come into the site setting and I add it here with the GA tracking code. I do update and I do here, I will see that this page work. And if I come to about, I will see that now this page works also. So this is the small fix actually that you need to do if you did it at the page level or you add it at every page, but at some point it will be better to put it on all pages. So that's it for today. So this makes actually helps us to have a blog and a Groove page that is more coherent between the two. I have a small things to fix, but hope you find this helpful. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to be notified when I do new video on optimizing or hacking actually Groove pages, just subscribe to the channel. Hope you enjoy and have a great day. Bye bye.